Morgan Zero Vlogs, our first driving with us.
And of course, he already gets us lost.
Yes, already. Not my fault.
It is your fault.
No, it's not my fault.
Oh, yes it is. You're driving, so it's your fault.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
It's far from my fault.
How's it not your fault if you're driving?
It's because it's not my fault.
Is it my fault?
Yes, it's your fault.
How's it my fault?
Because you didn't tell me which way to go.
You should know.
No, I don't.
We're heading toward Lansing right now. We're supposed to be heading toward Holland. Because we were gonna go and get our Halloween costumes started, and we were gonna go get some lunch. But he took the wrong way. He took the wrong exit.
Not my fault.
No, I think it is.
It's not my fault.
Yeah,
It's not my fault.
pretty sure it is.
It's not my fault.
It is.
It's not my fault.
All right, we can stop arguing about whose fault it is because clearly, we both know whoever's driving, that's whose fault it is.
You take the wheel.
No, thank you. I like your car, but no thanks. So what are we gonna talk about this time?
I don't know.
There's nothing really.
To talk about.
Yeah.
John Ball was that way, so that's the way I need to go. Would that be over? Maybe.
Whoa! Don't do that. Jeez.
I'm not. I'm trying to get over.
Do the wave. Do the wave. Do the wave.
I'm not fucking doing the wave. Crazy. I'm not that nice.
That's okay. If anyone that's watching actually like drives, if you do the hand, like the backwards wave, is that considered like proper driving etiquette? Saying thank you, because that's what I was taught.
I just get over it. I don't care who waves, who doesn't. I just get over it.
Well, it's proper because they don't have to let you over. They could easily.
You can just be an asshole and just get over it.
Or you can just be nice.
And wait 1,000 years to get over when you could just get over.
Well, if someone is nice enough to let you over, especially if there's traffic, then you put your hand up and you do the backwards wave.
I guess. I've never done it.
I don't know about you sometimes.
But you love me.
Yeah, you're right, I do. So, we don't really have much to talk about.
Not really. It's been 3 minutes of just nothing.
What about how we first met, how we became a couple? You tell your side of the story and I'll tell mine.
I was staying in Spring Lake. Oh, no, I wasn't staying in Spring Lake. Was I? Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was staying in Spring Lake. And I was on the popular dating site, of course, Meet Me. And I came across a girl. And I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know really anything. To put it plain and simple. And we started talking, and then we started to get to know each other. And we first met at her old job, Party City, where we were supposed to go to get our Halloween costumes. We were supposed to get our Halloween costumes, and I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for her to get out of work, and then I texted her, look to her left, or was it her right? Was it your right?
It doesn't really matter. I think it was my left. But...
I texted her and told her to look to her left, and that's when we first made eye contact. and we kind of sat in my car, and then we had a really weird first kiss.
Yes, we did.
That was about the weirdest first kiss.
Hold
I
on,
think it was more like I thought it was more like a forced first kiss.
it was initiated by you, not by me.
Yeah, but I mean, I just want to get out of the way.
We're just smart, I guess.
So that was that.
This is where I got lost yesterday.
Here?
Yes, this is where I got lost
You
yesterday.
got lost here?
Yes.
On Lake Michigan.
Yes. I didn't know where I was going. I kept going in circles.
Okay, you just like ruined the story here.
Sorry.
You just like went into a whole nother.
Anyway.
And then we went around and looked at apartments because we were thinking about moving. And so we went around, we looked at apartments, and we had basically we're just talking the whole time, having a good time, everything like that. And then our first official date was the Valentine's Day tea. And that was weirder than it sounded because my mom finally got to meet the girl that I was talking about for the last, how long did we talk? About 3 months? 4 months?
Yep.
For the last 3 to 4 months. And she had to take a double take because she thought she recognized her from her old job at Baker.
Which is more than likely, honestly.
So that was weird for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had other dates and other things that happened, which won't be named.
For our memories only.
And for you guys not to find out.
Mm-hmm. Ever.
Yep. Our second date was the beach. No, was it?
Was it the beach?
No, was it? Yeah, I think it was.
On State Park, right?
Yeah, that was beach on State Park. And our original plan that time was to get a Little Caesars pizza and eat out of the back of my car that I'm driving right now. But that never happened. So that's where the things that I talked about will never ever be named.
Okay, first of all, we never even stopped and got pizza.
That's what I'm saying. That was our original plan, though.
Yeah, but we never
even stopped. We just went straight to the park.
Yeah.
And then after that, we kind of raced home. So.
You got that wrong.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, we raced home.
No.
That wasn't that date?
Nope. That was Valentine's Day tea. We went Valentine's Day tea afterwards.
We went to the
park.
To the Holland Park?
We went to the haunted park. Which we will show you guys.
Yeah.
We will show you guys sometime. It's actually really creepy.
It really is. We said we'd never go back, but I think if it brings content, I'll go back. Even though I saw some strange things that I really can't unsee.
Yeah.
Even after we watched a really creepy movie.
That was stupid.
That was really stupid of us to do. And then go to the haunted park. But that will be in one of the videos upcoming. And yes, I understand we've been slacking a lot.
Considering this is our first video.
And this is our first official video that we've put up since the Stone Age. So, yeah. Then our third date was it wasn't the Muskegon Beach, was it?
Was it?
What was the date that you brought the candles in those? That
was 3 or 4.
So it must have been 3 then. Yeah, because you got the candles and then you got the Zolies.
Yes.
And that was the same day that I grilled. No, it wasn't.
Because you were going on a date that night.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yep. I remember that. I grilled. I don't ever remember when I grilled. It was one of our anniversaries. I know that's for sure.
April.
An April anniversary?
Yep.
Yeah, that's when you weren't feeling well. And I had grilled I grilled a whole fucking meal, literally. It was pretty good. I don't know if you thought so, but
if I remember correctly, we didn't even eat it.
No, we had something else.
Me and my roommate got a little tipsy and decided to have him go and get us some Domino's pizza. So we got drunk and we were hungry.
Oh no, I forgot a part of our what was our second? When were you and Destiny hammered and I was doing donuts in the parking lot?
Okay. I think that was date number 4.
That was the 4th one?
Yeah, I think so.
We went to the haunted park and we had the ghost app.
Yep.
Yep, and you guys brought alcohol.
And we went to meet up.
Yep. That was when Destiny first met me.
Yep. And then you're forgetting end of March, early beginning of April.
What about it?
What did we do at the end of March? Beginning of April. Where did we go?
Alabama.
Yeah.
We took a road trip to Alabama. One of her best friends that you haven't seen for how long?
At that point, I'd seen her almost a year before that, but that was when she came to Michigan, and then before that, it was probably like 5 or 6 years. She's always making the trip up here, so I just kind of figured, like, if I want to see her so bad, then I'll miss out on some pay at work and just go see her. It was nice to have that time.
Yeah.
Away from work.
It was a good road trip. Some things came out into the light, but soon made up for those things.
Yeah.
That was kind of a depressing trip.
Yeah, but we made up. I mean, like, we're here, like, 6 months later.
Yeah.
So.
After all the bullshit we've been through.
Yeah.
All the breaks we've taken. All the sudden breakups.
We always end up finding our way back to each other.
For some reason, yeah.
My friends think it's toxic, but you know what? Like, if I'm happy, just leave it alone. Like.
Yeah, and then my mom wanted to start a rumor. Oh, I gotta talk about this. My mom wanted to start a rumor when I went to Minnesota about how she was sleeping around with other guys while I was in Minnesota. Now, if I'm here with her, why would that make it seem like she would need some other source of entertainment because I was gone in another state?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, didn't she?
She blabbed. My sister told her and then she told me.
Well, the rumor was that I was in an open relationship for the past 6 months.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which is complete and utter bullshit. But, I mean, like, obviously, if I was, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
No, you'd probably be getting entertainment from other sources, like I said.
Yeah. Are you done with your side of the story now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. My side of the story kind of goes about the same way in the beginning. I was bored and I wasn't really like fresh out of a relationship. I was just, poking around and, this dude messages me. Like, I wasn't really like looking like at all. This dude messages me out of the blue. And his first line is, "Hey, are you looking for a boyfriend?" And I said, "Yeah." And
but your first instinct was to block me.
Yes. I was like, "Whoa, this dude is weird." And I looked at his pictures, I looked at his stuff, and I was like, "Oh, it's not so bad. I guess I'll give this guy a chance." Normally, he would not be my type. But I decided I'm just going to get to know this guy and see how it goes. We began talking and Snapchatting and texting, and we figured out that we had so much in common. It was ridiculous. We both like the same movies. We both like have the same favorite color. And we just love doing like haunted stuff, like going to explore haunted stuff.
Which we tried to do last night, but nothing happened.
Yeah, it wasn't even worth it. We made a drive from Allendale to downtown Grand Rapids to the Veteran Memorial Park, and it wasn't even worth the drive. We read stuff online, but it just wasn't worth it. I started to get very interested with him, 2 weeks in. It wasn't as fast for me as it was for him, because I had been in different situations before where I would get too interested too fast, and it just ended terribly. I just took my time, and
I was on board with it.
Yeah, I would obviously hope so. So we were just talking and Snapchatting and texting and just doing everything to keep in touch with each other. And whenever a guy would message me on Meet Me, I would just automatically just delete it. I'm kind of just interested in somebody else. I still said single, because at that point I was still very single. What came next? He sent me. We decided that we were just going to send each other really long text messages
I forgot about that.
to kind of get to know each other a little bit. Pretty sure he still has them.
Somewhere. Oh, because since I switched phones, they're threads.
It would still be there. My stuff was still there when I switched back. Yep.
They're not, because I checked.
No, that's sad. But it was
literal long messages.
It was such a long paragraph. I didn't mind though, because we had agreed we're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna try to get to know each other. And he sent me the biggest text, he's got a sister, and he just told me everything about it. And he brought up the fact that he has mild autism, and I I kind of took a step back a little bit because I wasn't quite sure what that would entail, because I pictured autistic in the way I bet a lot of people do. But I'm like, you know what? If he can do all this, then I'm just gonna stick with it and give it a chance. And it was totally different than what I expected. There was one day I was at work and I'm like, hey, come see me. And he's like, okay. And he drove from Spring Lake to Holland. It's about a 45-minute drive?
Yeah.
And he sat there from noon to 5 when I got out of work, which I thought was amazing. And he just like all this patience that this guy has. And like, I do a lot of shit. He has so much patience. And I go outside after, like, I tell him, like, I text him, like, you can come inside. Like, he's like, no, I'll just wait out here. I'm like, all right. I had a plan already before I told him to come see me, that I needed to go look at apartments after work. My roommate and I already had this, like, these apartments picked out. I just needed to go look at them while she was working. Went and looked at them with him after we met. It was very weird. I realized that if he's distracted, he's not a very good driver. Because he almost ran a stop sign a couple times. And last night he ran a red light.
Yeah. It's okay. No cops around.
No cop, no stop, right?
Yep.
No. But really, no. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
Don't do that. He just got extremely lucky. But at that point, at that very same day, January 30, 2018, we met each other and we started dating that same night. Like, it was instant. Like, I remember the text from him. I said it was very nice to meet you, and he said it was nice to meet you too. And he's like, well, now you can't really say no when I ask you out. And he asked me out, and I'm like, you're right, I can't. And of course, yeah, I'll go out with you. Like, absolutely. And what am I forgetting? You already told our date stories.
Well, you haven't told your side of the date stories.
Well, there's not really a side to our date stories. There's like one side to the date stories. Because it wasn't... We were together. There's only one side of this date stories.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I told my experience.
What was the first date? That one, when we met. Kind of.
Kind of.
First date. The Valentine's Day tea. Okay. So... he texted me, like, I don't know how many days it had been. It had been like a couple of days.
Yeah.
He texted me and he's like, hey, is there any chance that you would maybe like to go to Valentine's Day tea at my church? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'll burn in church.
She's literally the devil spawn.
Yes. He's met my family. I am the devil spawn. What did we do? He picked me up quite early. He picked me up at like 3:30 from where I worked. I was still Party City.
Well, no, I picked you up and then we drove back to your mom's house.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, you left your car there.
Yep. He picked me up from work because I wasn't really ready for my parents and my grandmother to come outside and be like, oh my god, look at your boyfriend. Like, I wasn't ready for that yet.
I remember you telling me that.
So, he picked me up from Party City at like 3:30 in the afternoon. And this dinner didn't start until like 6 o'clock. So we get there, it's probably like 4:30. Probably like 4:30-ish by the time we get to the church. And we just sit there and talk for hours. Just like his mom is calling him, like texting him, like, "Are you gonna come inside?" Like, we were just sitting here exactly how we are now. Surprisingly, the same outfit. And we were just talking for, how long was that thing? Like 6 to 9, so like 3 hours?
Yeah.
Like 4 hours? We were sitting in the car for probably like 3.5 hours. Just talking in the parking lot.
We went in the last hour.
Yeah. And his mom wasn't too happy about that. So we just sat there and we talked, and it was nice just to be able to sit there and talk. And then after the Valentine's Day tea had ended, we drove back to Holland, to the haunted park. We drove to the haunted park and we sat there and we talked and other things until like 3 in the morning. Like,
yeah.
We were out late. Like, it was, first dates, they're gonna run long if they go well.
Right.
The thing with his mom, I went to Baker College for a year, and she was the vice president at the time. So I had no doubt in my mind that she knew exactly who I was. Because I was kicked out of school for not doing my schoolwork. So that happened. And I mentioned the double take to him. He's like, "Oh, that's usually what she does when she recognizes somebody." I'm like, "Okay, cool, great." So she knows exactly who I am. That's scary. And like, what was the other date? Holland State Park.
Holland State Park.
Holland State Park. It's just, if you've ever been there, it's beautiful. It's just like beach and like a whole bunch of parking spots. So we just like sat there again and like we just talked, which is so important. Like when you first are like getting to know each other. Like it's only like date number 3 technically, so it's not like anything super crazy is going on. It's just like we
Right.
just sit and talk and get to know each other face to face instead of over a text message. So we did that. Like, I thought it was nice. Nothing big had to come of it. Oh, and that day I also took him. I forced him to drive us to Logan's because he said he hadn't eaten anything that day.
Oh, that's
And
right.
I'm like, no.
Yep.
We're
and
gonna
you got
drive.
mad at me for that.
Drove to Logan's. And, we drove to Logan's, we got food, and we just, again, we sat and talked in the parking lot. He wouldn't let me leave. At this point, I'm working 3rd shift, and it's a Saturday night, and I'm exhausted. So, he wouldn't let me leave because he didn't want me to leave. Because he didn't...
Which, I mean, you can't blame me.
Since we lived like an hour away from each other, it was hard to figure out like, oh yeah, I'm available this day, or I'm available this day. Or like we'd be available but on separate days or at separate times. So it was hard. Now that he lives much closer, it's so much easier because I can just drive 20 minutes instead of an hour. Won't be like that for long, unfortunately. But life happens and you gotta move on. And like anytime we go to Holland State Park, which is where our dates usually happen, is Holland State Park. It's always so nice. It's so beautiful. I love it there.
Except they put this new rule in where you can't stay overnight.
Yep. All the months that we had gone there, we never had that happen before where not Border Patrol. Where like the beach patrol would come by and say, "Oh, you guys gotta leave." They didn't come up to our window personally, they went up to a couple people that were just a couple cars down from us, and they made an announcement like, beach is closed if you don't leave here in like, what was it, like 5-10 minutes? Then
Yeah.
like your is considered trespassing.
Yeah, we were pissed.
Yeah, so we had
We
to
had
go.
just gotten pizza,
Yep.
and we
We
were
did.
about to do what we were planning to do the last time we went to the Holland State Park.
Yes. You know, but whatever. Stuff happens, and we figured out something else, and we went to the haunted. We went to the haunted park,
Yep.
and we were fine. You know.
We saw some shit though.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so there was a day. It was a Saturday that we got that pizza. The Friday night before, we went and seen the Nun. And
Yeah.
we actually went to just a random parking lot that night. Remember? Because it was closer. And then the next day, we went to Holland State Park.
Yeah.
And I'm distracted right now because, like, where we're driving through is absolutely beautiful with fall colors. It's gorgeous. It's very, very pretty. I'm very much a fall girl. I love it.
Hashtag fall wedding.
Yes. And
That'll come at the end.
what?
The engagement.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think that's it, right?
For the what?
For the dates and stuff.
Yeah, because all the other ones are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, basically. Anything else?
Engagement.
Right. Would you like to tell this story?
I think you know it better than I do.
Okay, so we are engaged. I mean, we've only been together 8 months, but we are engaged. When you know, you know. There's people that I've known that got engaged like month 3 or month 6, and they get married like right away. We are not going to get married right away. We're going to wait.
We're gonna stick it out for about a year.
Yeah, make sure we have money saved, and yeah. We're gonna start planning like, I don't know, a couple months, and then actually like start physically saving and doing our thing. But our engagement happened at Holland State Park. Surprise, surprise. He got me. I had been talking about those big giant bears at Costco that are like, what, 15 feet tall, and they're amazing. And I always wanted one, and I didn't get one like that, but I still got a big bear, and I was
It was a pretty good sized bear.
I was very excited. Like, I didn't really know what was gonna happen, but like I kind of had a feeling. But we got a bear, and we sat there and we talked. The one unfortunate thing though is he didn't get on his knee, which is kind of sad. But you know, I still got a ring on my finger, so that's fine with me. So I don't know how long you spent, but
It was about 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, it was 3 hours.
He spent 3 hours typing out paragraphs, like of a speech for me, and I wish I still had it. I wish I still had it because it was the cutest thing, and I had tears in my eyes, and it was beautiful. And of course I said yes, and I wouldn't have it anywhere other way. It's the guy that I love, so. I mean, he loves me, I think, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that about it?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think. What?
Yeah, so we think that's about it for our little story here. And
35-minute video.
it's your turn to go. So right now we're just driving to
Party City.
Party City, and we're gonna go get some Wild Chef. So,
And then if Menards isn't closed, we're gonna hit there to get some house ideas.
yep, because we're gonna move in together very soon. So I think that's it.
Building a house from the ground up.
Yep. I think that's it for our video. Should we say goodbye? Okay. Bye guys, thanks for watching.